No, nothing fancy like you. No, we're oh, sorry. But I sound far away. This one?
Yeah.
6:56 p.m. Just came out.
I remember this now that you say it. Yeah. And for the kids, they never want to break it. You never knew they had to have. Well, my youngest is walking down and says, "But you're going away." And I'm like, "Well, no, I'm like,
Laid it out, and then I gave it to kids. That's those 5 columns. Show them what I'm about. And we talked. I said, it's got to be on. And you know, I go through the payroll system. This is.
gotta do this.
Yeah, exactly. Support.
I'm used to it
Still got one. He refusal.
I feel like I'm on jury duty right now.
I got here late.
This is gonna be jury duty.
In the back. I didn't know. I didn't want this. Oh, yeah, okay. I don't know. Maybe in standalone. Sure.
This is, we're all team players.
I can hold my own. You're fine.
Get a new battery.
Gotta get it. Yeah, it's just not fancy though. What is it?
Wait, you don't want
Yes.
Easy. Actually, good record.
City's prize. Sorry, Bob. I pledge of allegiance to the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for a moment of silence for Ellen Hartman, mother of our fellow council member, Laura Hartman, who was buried today. She lived a long life to 92, from what I was told, with 3 children, 8 grandchildren, and 16 great-great-grandchildren. Thank you.
Supervisor Quigley.
Here.
Councilman Schatzel.
Here.
Councilwoman Hartman is excused. Councilwoman DeGroot.
Here.
Thank you very much. Welcome to the Town of Ulster Town Board meeting for Thursday, February 19th, 2026. Safety announcements. Please note the exit signs in the rear. If you go out the back door by my wife, you'll end up in the snow field. And if you go out the other door, you'll end up in the parking lot. I suggest you go to the parking lot. Are there any additions or changes to the agenda? Announce it.
We actually have a personnel matter to be added to the agenda tonight for the hiring of a water waste management maintenance worker.
And I have a call for an executive session in relation to contract negotiations with Local 17. Thank you. Is there any public discussion from any member of the public tonight on any of the matters that appear on our agenda? Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, in our package are the minutes for the January 1st organization meeting, the January 8th workshop meeting, and the January 22nd town board meeting. I'd like a motion to accept the minutes as submitted.
I'll make that
Do I
motion.
have a second?
Second
Is there any discussion on the minutes and any changes suggested? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Ms. Reevy, communications, please.
I have two letters, as I previously informed the board of. Do they wish for me to proceed reading both?
No.
No?
I read both letters. Do you want them read?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
One is just a general informative letter from Ulster Hose 5 from Fred Hepner, President, and Matthew Molinaro, Chief. To the members of the Ulster Town Board, the officers and members of Ulster Hose Company Number 5 are striving to host a large-scale, all-inclusive 9/11 ceremony at our headquarters this year, held on the day of the 25th anniversary of the tragic 9/11 attacks, 9/11/26. We would like to cordially invite the town board to attend this event. The ceremony would begin at 6:30 p.m. We look forward to your attendance. Thank you, and we appreciate your continued support. The next letter was received by a town resident, Anne Marie Iqbal, on January 30th. I have asked AI to summarize the letter. I think summarizes it very well. It reads, "To whom it may concern, this letter is a formal complaint from Anne Marie Iqbal to the Town of Ulster Building Department regarding a negative experience in December 2025. Anne Marie explains that although she has positive interactions with Ulster offices since 1998, she was treated rudely when seeking guidance about obtaining a permit and workers' compensation documentation. She states that staff directed her to a state website but were unwilling and unable to guide her through the process, despite her explaining she was not comfortable using computers. After contacting the state directly, she received helpful assistance. She expresses concern that town employees should be better trained to guide residents and should treat them with professionalism and respect."
My comment on the complaint was that there was a meeting today with Mr. Groot as chairman of the Personnel Committee and Mr. Jatut to discuss personnel issues in his department, and this is an ongoing matter.
Correct. That's why I didn't want it to be read until it was resolved. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome.
Anything else, Ms. Reevy?
That's it.
Mr. Schatzel, budget mods?
Abstract of claims.
Budget month.
What budget mod
Oh,
first?
mods
Where's
first,
the
sorry.
blue one?
It's backwards here. The budget transfers were $32,341.20.
I ask for a motion to accept the budget modifications for 2026 as indicated.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Abstract of claims, please.
Abstracts of claims, the bills paid in January were $4,436,469.19.
May I have a motion to accept the abstract of claims as presented?
I will make that motion.
I have a second.
I'll second
Any discussion on the abstract of claims? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. First, under new business, presentation and acceptance of the town clerk monthly report for the month of January. Ms. Reevy, is there anything in the town clerk's report you wish to call to our attention?
No.
May I have a motion to accept the report as presented?
I'll make that motion.
Have a second.
it. I'll second it.
Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. The next item is merely a presentation with direction that it be presented to the town on the town's website. It is a proposal from Nelson Pope and Voorhees for the preparation of the comprehensive plan provided to the town board on February 13th. This will be brought back when we have a full complement of town board members, and we'll move forward on that. The next item requires no action on the board tonight. It will be considered at a future meeting. It's a presentation of the agreement for the expenditures of the highway monies per section 284, the New York State Highway Law. Mr. Petrumall, brief explanation.
It's an annual agreement between the town board and the highway superintendent, so everybody throughout the state has to do it. And basically you guys are approving the funds that are set forth, whether they be, from the CHIPS program or from the budget itself. It's just pretty much lays out where the work's gonna be spent, where the money's gonna be spent.
So that agreement is in the town's materials package for tonight's meeting. If anyone's interested in seeing what roads are planned on being blacktop, everything is laid out in the agreement. Thank you. Mr. Groot?
I actually have a personnel form for an employee, Sean M. Boyce, for a water waste management maintenance worker position in our sewer department at full-time, non-competitive civil service position. Yes, it is a union position with a local 17, a grade 5, step 2. His wage is $18.85 per hour. His start date would be February 23rd of 26. It's requested by his department head, which is Vince Majori, who's sitting out there tonight instead of up here. Thank you, Vince. And we actually sat in on this position yesterday, this interview. Actually, yeah, yesterday. And there is no reason why he should not be hired. He brings a lot of construction and fabrication experience, which will be a great addition to our sewer department and all that he brings.
May I have a
Concrete
motion?
experience too. Sorry about that.
May I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
I have a second.
I'll second it.
Before I call for a vote, Mr. Majority, do you have anything to add?
No.
Thank you.
Lifelong town resident and looking for a job in town.
Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. The next item under new business is a motion to authorize the payment to Royal Construction for payment application number 3 in the amount of $54,004.43. This is for the sanitary sewer extension to Rupco. This is to be reimbursed to the town under the Ulster County ARPA sub-award agreement. This is in relation to the improvements that Rupco is making to the Quality Inn for the transition housing project. The system is just about wrapped up, and we expect probably one more payment application after this, and we'll be totally done. So may I have a motion?
You sure may. I'll make that motion.
Second,
I'll second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Ladies and gentlemen, the agenda shows a motion to authorize the supervisor to sign the 2026 Stop DWI Task Force Agreement. The agreement ended up on my desk, so I put it on the agenda. I was informed tonight that this was the same agreement that we agreed to on December 18th meeting. And this was merely a change in the signature block, so this is being removed from the agenda. Mr. Berardi, on the next item, motion to authorize the police chief to purchase one 2026 Ford Interceptor utility patrol vehicle under New York State contract PC 69843 from Nielsen Ford in the amount of $48,124.
Town board members, this vehicle is currently budgeted for in the police department 2026 budget. The reason I'm requesting to purchase it now, if we missed the deadline of stock vehicles, we're looking at 5+ months out for delivery on a 2027 model. So this is currently on the lot and able to be delivered within a couple of weeks.
And your estimate of the amount of time for fit up?
I'm not over rush for it, so I would say within a couple months, by the time they order the supplies and stuff.
And may I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Have a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. The next item is a resolution authorizing the settlement of a tax cert case, Ulster Avenue LLC versus the town of Ulster. This is from 596 to 620 Ulster Avenue. That's 2 buildings across the street from the Ulster Business Complex, which is the county-owned property. There's a couple of restaurants in there and cell phone stores, so on and so forth. The property was recently purchased by an investment consortium out of Rockland County from the Whitman family, and they felt that the assessment was too high. We negotiated a settlement that is minimal to the town. It's only a couple of $100,000 in adjustments in assessment value, and it's based upon the appraisals that the purchaser used to obtain a mortgage from Ulster Savings Bank. So we did not incur any appraisal expense in this settlement. So may I have a motion to accept the resolution?
I'll make that
A
motion.
second?
I'll second.
May I have a roll call vote, please?
Supervisor Quigley,
Yes.
Councilman Schatzel,
Yes.
Councilwoman Hartman is excused. Councilwoman DeGroot.
Yes.
Thank you. Resolution is adopted. The next item comes about based upon an offer from Max Stack, the planning consultant the town hired from Nelson Pope and Voorhees. He's offered to conduct a 2-hour or so planning and zoning professional education course that's open to the planning board, and the zoning board and town board members are and staff are invited to attend. This resolution is being put forth so that it is memorialized in the town board's records that the town board has authorized continuing professional education, and that records will be kept in the planning office and the zoning office, evidencing that the members participated in this course so that they get credit for it under the town code. So may I have a motion to accept the resolution as presented?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
I would like to make a modification to the resolution as presented. I would like to add the word zoning because the resolution calls for the planning board. I would like to expand it to planning and zoning board members.
Absolutely.
I have a motion.
Yes.
Second,
Yes.
all those in favor on the motion?
Aye.
Aye. Roll call vote on the modified resolution, please.
Supervisor Quigley.
Yes.
Councilman Schatzel.
Yeah.
Councilwoman Hartman is excused. Councilwoman DeGroot.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Thank you. Proceeding to old business. First item is a motion to set a public hearing for local law number 1 of 2026. It's a revision of the ethics law of the town of Ulster for Thursday, March 5th, 2026 at 7:10 p.m. Local law number 1 is published on the town's website and available for review by the town citizens, and they can prepare themselves for the public comment that we hope to hear at the public hearing. So may I have a motion?
I'll make that. Okay.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. The next item is a resolution to adopt the Part 2 EAF and to direct the applicant to prepare Part 3 EAF for the Sawkill Road Business Park Project 952 at 220 Sawkill Road, Kingston, Section Block and Lot 48.14-2-32.420. I have a motion on the resolution.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Roll call, please.
Supervisor Quigley.
Yes.
Councilman Schatzel.
Yes.
Councilwoman Hartman is excused. Councilwoman DeGroot.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Thank you. The next item is a resolution to adopt Part 2 EAF and directing applicant to prepare EAF Part 3 for the Creek Meadows Apartment Complex Project P977, 701 to 713 Boyces Lane Extension, Kingston, New York, Section Lot Block and Lot 48.7-2-35.100. May I have a motion on the resolution?
I'll make that motion.
And I'll second it.
Roll call, please.
Supervisor Quigley.
Yes.
Councilman Schatzel.
Yes.
Councilwoman Hartman excused. Councilwoman DeGroot.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Thank you. The next item is a resolution declaring lead agency, adopting the EAF Part 2 and 3, and issuing a seeker negative declaration for Kingston Self-Storage Partners, Project P978, 146 Route 28, Kingston, Section Block and Lot 48.13-2-21.310. May I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
And I'll second that.
Roll call, please.
Supervisor Quigley.
Yes.
Councilman Schatzel.
Yes.
Councilwoman Hartman is excused. Councilwoman DeGroot.
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Final resolution under old business. Last year, the town declared an emergency for the replacement of a stormwater line on Wildwood Lane in Glen Eyrie. We appropriated $50-some thousand from the Landfill Closure Act, Landfill Closure Reserve Fund. Project was subject to conditions that were unanticipated on the job site, and there's about a $14,000 increase. So I'm asking for a resolution pursuant to Section 6C, the general municipal law, to transfer monies from the Landfill Closure Reserve Fund to the Highway Fund for the purposes of the emergency storm water repair in Glen Eyrie. May I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Roll call, please.
Supervisor Quigley.
Yes.
Councilman Schatzel.
Yes.
Councilwoman Hartman is excused. Councilwoman DeGroot.
Yes.
Thank you. Resolution is adopted. And the final order of business tonight. Committee assignments that were placed on the table at the 2026 organization meeting. I'm merely going to read this off for your edification. This will be posted on the town's website. If anyone has any questions about the subject matter that these committees conduct, please feel free to contact the town board members. On the EMS Subcommittee, Mary Ann DeGroot, Chairman, Laura Hartman, Member. On the Comprehensive Plan Committee, Laura Hartman, Chairman, Michael Schatzel, Member. On the Building, Planning and Zoning, Laura Hartman, Chairman, Michael Schatzel, Member. Parks and Recreation, Michael Schatzel, Chairman, Laura Hartman, Member. Finance, Mary Ann DeGroot, Chairwoman. Buildings and Grounds, Michael Schatzel, Chairman. Personnel, Mary Ann DeGroot, Chairwoman, and Laura Hartman. Highway, Michael Schatzel. Water and Sewer, Michael Schatzel. Assessor, Michael Schatzel. Town Clerk, Laura Hartman, Chairwoman. Justice Court, Mary Ann DeGroot, Chairwoman. And as I said, if any constituent has an issue with any of the departments, please feel free to contact those town board members. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our scheduled agenda for tonight. I have a couple of announcements. Mr. Kovacs, please.
You have to vote on those or no?
No, they were already approved in a prior. Didn't we?
No, I'll call for a motion to approve the appointments to the committees. I ask for a motion.
I make that motion.
I'll
Second,
second it.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
So now we fill the record.
There you go.
First matter of business, Mr. Kovacs, I believe we faced in the Viviani matter, the trial decision in July of 2025. We received notice of his intent to appeal. Has there been any indication that he has perfected his appeal?
Right, so he filed a notice of appeal. He has 6 months to appeal. That ran out January 25th. He did retain new counsel for the appellate court matter. And that counsel requested a 60-day adjournment to March 25th to perfect the appeal. Those adjournments are routinely granted by the appellate division. So as of right now, he can file his brief and record by March 25th.
So we are stayed until at least April 1st from taking any action.
It would be advisable not to take any action because we are unclear what the appellate court will do.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you on that.
Can,
Right.
can he fire his lawyer again and do this again?
He can fire his lawyer as many times as he wants to. Now, in terms of how many extensions or can he receive, he can probably get one more 30-day extension. I'm very familiar with the appellate court process and that is routinely granted. But you know, he already has his first strike, so to speak. So he can't do this unlimited times. The appellate division will
He gets
probably,
one more
he
chance.
can probably get another 30 days.
Okay,
But after that, he would have to request extra time on a motion, which I would have a chance to be heard by.
and then at that point in time, we can actually file something as well.
If he files, and if he tries to go for a third or more extension, which is not unheard of at the appellate division, he would have to provide notice to me as counsel for the town, and then we would have a chance to respond.
Okay,
And as you know, there's no stay in effect. However, we are concerned that if we do work, put in the tax bill, and then the case is somehow reversed,
right.
we are responsible. So
Right.
there's no official stay.
I just
Just-
don't want him to make the legal system look bad, that's all. Okay,
I understand.
yeah.
On the matter of the sales tax agreement,
Mhm.
would you brief the town board and those here tonight on the actions of the Ulster County Legislature that took place Tuesday night?
Certainly. So on Tuesday, the Ulster County Legislature met and they approved the new sales tax sharing agreement by a vote of 16-6. That agreement will go into effect March 1st of this year and be in effect for 5 years. The agreement passed over my objections. I raised 3 main objections to the agreement. First, the Medicaid contingency that could reduce the town's share of the sales tax from 3.5 to 3%. Second, the extra 12% revenue sharing is not binding or mandatory in the agreement. It is discretionary in the county's sole discretion. So we may never receive that money depending on various sales tax proceeds. So, we made a great case why the agreement is not in the best interest of this town and all the towns in Ulster County. My colleague, Legislator Berardi, made a great proposal to shorten the term from 5 years to 1 year. That was voted down as well. So going forward, we should be aware that our revenue, which has been essentially at 4% of the gross sales tax revenue over the last 4 or 5 years, town of Ulster has been splitting that 4% with the other towns. That share will probably be 3.5, if not 3%, for the years to come. So I think you should be aware of that as you prepare your 2027 budget and every budget thereafter. Sales tax revenue is not something we can really count on in the numbers that we have been receiving the past few years.
The reduction from 4% to 3.5% is approximately $62,000. And if we were to lose the 3.5% to 3%, it's an additional $62,000. So you're looking at about $125,000 in total in diminished revenues to the town because of county concerns over additional Medicaid costs coming from Albany. I want to take this opportunity to acknowledge Legislator Berardi. I watched the tape of you getting beaten up by your peers in the Ways and Means Committee. And I do think you put up a good fight on behalf of the town of Ulster, so you deserve recognition for that. I also understand that you made a passionate plea for a 1-year agreement in place of the 5-year agreement on the floor of the legislature. But you didn't get anywhere with that either. So, but thank you very much on behalf of the town of Ulster for your steadfast support in trying to keep our financials straight.
Mr. Supervisor?
Yes, sir. If you have any additional comments, please.
Yeah, may I be allowed to read my plea?
Yeah.
Thank you both.
And Jason did a wonderful job. He gave a historical view of this agreement. It's a very old agreement. It goes back to 1976, and the basic wording on it. The key to the agreement is that it's based on full valuation. I mean, there's other things going on, but that's really the hinge on the agreement. And so I'm going to read this. I think in some ways it'll be self-explanatory. And it starts. I find it hard to support the ratification of another 5-year sales tax agreement between Ulster County, the city of Kingston, and the town of Ulster. When passing a 1-year agreement will yield so many positive options. The present sales tax agreement, due to expire this month, is based on language crafted better than 50 years ago and does not foster cooperation between governing bodies within Ulster County. This agreement does not take into account what each governing body has determined is important to them. It'll be a missed opportunity if we overlook some of the more progressive uses the sales tax agreement could offer. Other counties in New York State have not. According to a questionnaire circulated and compiled by the New York State Controller in July of 2025, we find Westchester County funding a portion of sales tax to school districts. Rockland County funding a portion based on police officers employed. And we have Nassau County funding a local government assistance program. All 3 counties base distribution on population rather than full valuation. The point is, a sales tax agreement should be approached as a county-wide financial master plan. It could be the key to properly supporting Ulster County municipalities who plan effective affordable housing opportunities, or are supportive of not-for-profit efforts or are friendly to retail development. To myself, I believe a well-thought-out sales tax agreement is the beginning of a more regional approach by Ulster County government to problem solving, based on the Putnam County sales tax agreement, where a guaranteed minimum allocation of sales tax revenue is set aside exclusively for local infrastructure projects and capital improvement. Ulster County government could work jointly with local governing bodies, identifying local infrastructure repair projects, and together employing the economies of scale, these projects could be completed in a more cost-effective manner. The possibilities are intriguing. And then I ended with, what I ask is that we pass this sales tax agreement for a one-year term, take advantage of this term to appoint a blue ribbon committee to explore sales tax sharing arrangements that do not handcuff future legislative bodies and is the path to a more cohesive future.
Thank you again for your support.
There you go.
Thank you.
Okay.
And one last comment. Monday night, coming up at 6:00 p.m. is the seeker scoping session for the Alcazar battery storage facility. Doors will open at 5:30. We will have a table set up in the outer foyer where people who wish to speak can register. They will be called upon as they have registered from the chair's position here. And we have made arrangements for a 10 to 15-minute presentation at the beginning by Terrigen of the project. And public comments will be video recorded and transcribed for a permanent record, which will be provided to both sides' engineers for the purposes of documenting the seeker process. With that, I'm open the floor to public comment. Any member here tonight on any topic that they wish to talk about. Mr. Robicheski.
Good evening. My name is Regis Sobojeski, speaking for the Town of Ulster citizens. Dear members of the Town of Ulster Board, for those listening, it may be helpful to give clarification to NEGDEC and POSDEC. A NEGDEC means no significant adverse impact to the environment. NEGDEC closes the process from further scrutiny. For a developer, a NEGDEC is a happy experience. A POSDEC is a determination of at least one significant impact to the environment. For the developer, a POSDEC can mean an unhappy experience because it means more time, more work, more scrutiny. In the 217 Freeman article, Supervisor Quigley advised opponents of Zenith to listen more carefully to nuance and avoid misrepresenting what was said at a meeting. It only created, in my mind, more confusion. The Zenith housing project is neither a NEGDEC or a POSDEC determination so far. At the 210 planning board meeting, the Zenith attorney scolded the town for unnecessary delays in the seeker process. Our professional planner did an excellent job refuting Zenith's charges with a logical review of timelines, board requests, and Zenith responses. His last statement was, if you're demanding a decision tonight, I will recommend that the planning board vote for a POSDEC. Facing the Zenith attorney, our planning board chair said, I think it's really a need for the town of Ulster to take another month and finish this up and come back with a NEGDEC. There was a collective gasp in the audience and whispers of, did he just say NEGDEC? Again, in the 217 Freeman article, the town supervisor excused the planning board chair's choice of using NEGDEC as incorrect, but understandable because there's never been a positive declaration in the town planning board's history. Why? Because a POSDEC always happens at the town board level. Maybe that's why the planning board minutes of May 13th, 2025 records a resolution to refer Zenith to the town board. And yet the Zenith project found its way back to the planning board. Is that nuance, confusion, or a deliberate wink and nod to get a neg deck? Who knows? The planning board chair, little words, come back with a neg deck, damage an already highly sensitive, controversial process. Our town supervisor's attempt to defend these words managed to instill even less confidence. For example, the planning board only does neg decks. Let's just call it a day by removing this project from the planning board, which has also been weakened by multiple resignations, and give it to the town board who knows how to do a pos deck. Lastly, for heaven's sake, will you please include Woodstock in these deliberations? In the lead agency determination, DEC told you exactly that. Thank you.
Ms. Reevy, may I ask that the audio tape of the referenced meeting of May 2025, where it has been acknowledged that the written planning board meeting minutes that have been published are inaccurate, be published on the town's website so that those who have concern can hear what the actual words were at the meeting. And
I would
have to rely on incorrect minutes.
The May 25, I'd have to obtain those from the planning board secretary.
We will get them to you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Are there any additional comments here tonight? Hearing none. I hope to see you at the next town board meeting. It's a workshop meeting for Thursday, March 5th. In the meantime, we will be here next Monday night, starting at 5:30 to conduct the scoping session. May I have a motion to go to executive session to discuss collective negotiations pursuant to Article 14 of the Civil Service Law in relation to Local 17?
I make that motion.
Second, all those in favor? Aye, thank you.
No, no.